Hello and Merry Christmas. Hope you all had a wonderful holiday. I am Caroline from For the Love of Crochet, and I just wanted to share a little crochet podcast update with you. I got a few happy mail, but I'll save that for the end. I have been doing the straw animals patterns, and if you remember from last crochet podcast, I did the sloth. So I did a couple more of the straw animals patterns. So this was the sloth, and let me show you. The next one I did, I had already started, it was a whip. Well, this one is the bear. He's super cute. Again, this is using that yarn. I'm on a mission to get rid of my yarn stash, and so this was the Lion Brand yarn Fisherman's Wool, and I had it in 2 colors only. So I have been doing all the straw animals because her patterns are very like it just matches this yarn, and I love the way it feels. It's super sweet and soft, and I love that it has like this heathered look and rustic look. Now, I tried to make a shirt for him. I could not figure it out, folks. I was trying to design my own shirt. I was trying to give him a colored shirt, maybe a red one, but I could not figure out how to do it. This was part of the Craftably Ever After's challenge number 2, the green and red yarn. So I was trying to finish it up. I wanted to give him a red shirt and I couldn't figure it out. So I just ended up for a little scarf. And you know how you always get in those in the safety eye packs that you order off Amazon, you always get noses. So I decided just to use one of those noses since I never use them. And I gave him the whites under his eyes, the shadows, and I think he came out cute. So now I have, this is made from the same yarn. It's basically the same body. I want to say this one is, her skirt's always riding up. The body is just slightly narrower. I don't know if that was my intention or maybe the patterns differ just slightly, but it's roughly the same body. Now we got the same legs, just shorter arms. So here I have the bear, and then I started another one since I finished the bear. I was halfway through on the bear when we chatted last. So I did the bunny. Now the bear and bunny you can buy together as one pattern, and it is the same pattern, only it has, you know, the difference is maybe the nose, no, it was just the ears is the only difference. Okay, so with this one, all the clothes that came with the pattern were knitted patterns, and they were super adorable. I'll insert a picture of the pattern. The clothes are so adorable, but they are knit, and I don't knit. And so I was struggling to find a dress that I could make, just like I was struggling to find a shirt. But because their body is so narrow and then widens, I just didn't know how to do it. I didn't have the brain capacity to do it, maybe. So I found this pattern off Woolly Wonders, and I used a very thin weight yarn. I want to say it's a DK weight, and it has a little sparkle to it, and I think it complemented her well. Now I tried to give her one of those like bow type, but because this yarn is so has such great drape, it wasn't sticking up as a bow, but it did, if you folded it, look like a bow. So that was cute. So again, I used the nose that you get from the safety eye packs that you get off Amazon, and I glued it because I glue the backs to it because the backs to these things are no good. But I did it upside down, but I couldn't undo it. It's the only bad thing about hot gluing. So I couldn't undo it. I couldn't turn it. It was already too late. But I don't think you can tell. My husband said it doesn't look like a rabbit. It looks more like a rodent of a meerkat. What did he say? I forget. I'll put it here. What do you think it looks like? Because it doesn't look like a bunny, but you know, whatever. It's still very cute. So now I have 3 straw animals patterns that are just so adorable, and I still have a lot of this yarn left, so I need to make something else. I had tried, when I was trying to find him a shirt, I tried to make him like a poncho. I tried to make him an ugly Christmas sweater. So this was one of the ideas. I'll just throw it on. But my husband's like, no, that does not go good. So it didn't work out. But that was one of my tries. Okay, the next thing I made, I was trying to get rid of this yarn. I got this from the Bella Coco line. These, I mean, when I first saw this in the box, I was in love. After working with it, I am not a fan of this one. It's hard to see this color. It picks up every piece of dust and lint in the world so that it always looks dingy. And that is what I made the dress out of this one. And you can't tell because of all the sparkle, but it makes it look dingy. And so I'm not a fan of this yarn, but I wanted to get rid of it. And I have never made, I'm already starting my 2023 year. So in December, I basically started my 2023 in December. I started a bullet journal and I started listing things that I had never made. And I had never made fingerless gloves. And I thought, cool. Oh, I got one end sticking out. So I made granny square fingerless gloves, and you probably can't tell, but like I said, this yarn is just not good. It looks dingy and like it's filled with cat hair, and I don't even have cat, and lint, really light dust of like carpet fibers. It has a bunch of fibers in it, and so I don't like it, but I have never made fingerless gloves. So here's the first one. And then I ran out of juice. I ran out of my Crojo on these. So I did finish this part, but I didn't give it the trim on this and the trim on this. That is the only thing I have left, but I have very little, and so I'm not sure if I'm able to get it on one side, because that's what I did with this one. Only I didn't do a very good job. So this side has the light green and this side has the dark greens. It is a green. And it kind of keeps keeps the air from coming in, but you know, I'm still flexible. And then same thing here, it keeps air from coming in, but it's still flexible. So this one doesn't have the trim and this one doesn't have the trim. And so that's the difference. So I'm not done, but I lost my momentum on these because I hate this yarn. So that's where I'm at with these gloves. We'll see if I can finish it by the end of the week. Maybe since I've shared it with you, I'll be more inclined to try and finish it. So that's that. So I got a lovely Christmas card. I know I'm going to share these at the end, but since they were right here on my pile, I got some from Denmark, I got one from Kentucky, and I got one from Florida, baby, Florida. That's a beautiful one. And that special viewer blessed me with a adorable little stitch marker that I can keep track. It has bells on it with purple and gold. So it's beautiful. So thank you so much. Like I said, I came from Kentucky, Denmark, Florida. So those were the Christmas cards I got, and I am so thankful. I also got a lovely $50 gift card sent to me, and I was able to purchase some amigurumi. Well, I was able to add to my crochet library. Now, this book was on my Amazon wish list for some time, but when I saw Llama Mama Kayla make a blanket out of it, I knew I had to get one. And so it's been on my Amazon wish list for some time. And it's those granny squares that, well, it's not really a granny square, but it is squares that are made into animals. And then you can turn these into pillows, you can turn it into baby blankets, or you can make all of them and make a woodland theme or a zoo theme, whatever, because they have so many different animals on here. So this is a very nice book. Very beautiful. And when I saw Llama Mama Kayla put that, I knew I wanted this immediately. So that was one of the things I bought. Now this one I have not seen on YouTube, but it is by the same, I guess it was recommended to me because I had this book, which is Cuddly Amigurumi Toys. And this is the one that have crochet animals incorporated with a little bit of sewing detail, but you don't have to do the sewing. But the same author, which I will list all of these down below, is this one. And if you can see, these are just some unique crochet amigurumis. I love the little boy one in here. These ones are called Lovable Amigurumi Toys, and this one is called Cuddly Amigurumi Toys. So this one's lovable. Okay, here's kind of a full view picture. So I really like this little boy. There's a little bee in here, and there's a robot and a little girl and a baby. So here's the little boy that I wanted to make. When I saw this book, I was like, oh, he's adorable and he's got glasses. And then here's the cute little bee. Now, I really liked okay, so I have been I have done a few dolls by Crochet Confetti and another designer, Dan Mari, I believe. It was the elf doll that I made for the All Fall for Christmas Crochet collab. So those are the only two types of hair that I've done, and also a little doll with the dowel in the middle. But I really like the way that she attaches her hair. She gives a very good detail on how to apply hair to where it can be loose. And so I really like that, and I really want to try that as the doll hair. Same thing with this doll hair. See how it's loose, but she puts it in braids, but the way that she attaches it under the hat should turn out to be like a very nice way to attach hair without single crocheting every strand. Here's another little girl in there. So that is what I picked up with my Amazon gift card that I received. Now on to some more projects. So if you've been a continued viewer, you know that Craftably Ever After sent me 3 challenges, and I have not started my 3rd challenge yet because I am on a mission to clear out my yarn stash. And one of the yarns is this Nap Time by Lion Brand. It is a like velvet type yarn, but it's super thin. Like it's a number 2 on the weight scale, not a 4. I think it's listed as a number 4. Yeah, it's listed as a number 4, but it works up like a 2. It is very thin when crocheting. And since I want to get rid of it, the best way I know how to do that is to use the granny stitch. And I was having a lot of fun with my granny ripple stitch a couple of weeks ago that I finished. So I decided to do, I don't know what, okay, there's no front and no beginning. I mean, there's no front or back on this granny square, because in order to keep it more straight, and you flip it every time and it'll keep a very nice straight granny square, and then there's no front or back. And I got this idea off Play Hooky With Me, but I've also done it before from one of my other patterns that I did a mountain blanket. And so I have purple, blue, pink, white, and green. And so I am going to make a baby blanket because it is a very soft and thin and a very drapey. And so I will be donating this to my local church because they help support the pregnancy care center in my area. So this will go there. And I still have a lot to go. I mean, I still have a couple of full balls. So there's all the yarn. So I will be getting rid of that. And I'm thinking of putting a very cute border on it. Okay, and in the process of cleaning out my yarn stash, I found another WIP that was stashed in a box. And I had a bunch of these granny squares that was very bright colored, and I am almost done with it. So I added about 10 or 12 more blocks so that I can turn it into a baby blanket. So I have this one. Look at all those. I have oranges, multicolored, and pinks is what I worked on because I found a pink skein, and that is what I needed help with, because this beautiful color has pinks and oranges in it and whites, and it's just really pretty. And so I'm going to do a, I'm going to place the orange ones in the variegated and the pinks in a type of pattern and put that together as a baby blanket. So there we go. Those are all the squares. Granny stack. Okay, so I have 8 of each color. I have 8 pink, 8 variegated, and 8 orange. So it's a 24 square blanket, and we'll see what I can do. I have a little bit. I only have a little bit left to make the border, so I'm not sure what I'll do, and I doubt this will make it all the way around, or maybe I'll use this to attach and then give it a white border. So we shall see, but I'm very thankful that I will have 2 baby blankets to donate, hopefully by January 5th when the church gets together. You go. I have some nap time I'm getting rid of, some wool from Lion Brand, as well as some scrap yarn that will turn into a beautiful bright spring baby blanket. What are you ready for 2023? I have set some crochet goals for myself, and I will be posting a video of that in the next couple of days. So I hope to see you again soon. I am looking forward to 2023 and making new crochet yarny friends. Talk to you soon. Bye.